Before the ancient Roman Empire, the main group of people living in the world was the Celts. The Celts inhabited a large area, from the British Isles in the west to Turkey in the east. In short, Celtic civilization covered much of the ancient world. Despite this, the ancient Romans thought the Celts were savage, violent, and disorganized people. But this was only because the Romans were often at war with the Celts, so they wanted the Celts to appear to be uncivilized people. The truth, however, was that Celt people actually had a highly developed civilization. In times of peace, the Celts were grand traders. The Celts made iron tools and weapons and traded their roots such as carnix and wine. The iron trade was successful, and the Celts became the best iron workers in the region. The Celts also traded important natural resources like wood and salt. And since slavery was important in the ancient world, they also became great slave traders. In order to easily carry the products they were trading, the Celts made excellent carts. In times of war, the Celts were very fighting. Before battle began, the Celts first charged wildly at the enemy, sometimes completely naked. But they had reason to doing this. They wanted to scare and confuse the enemy. This is probably with the Romans thought the Celts were savages, but the Celts were very organized and efficient in warfare. In fact, the Celts were such good warriors that hundreds of Roman empires spread throughout Europe. The Celts invaded and captured Rome. Before the ancient Roman Empire, the main group of people living in Europe was the Celts. The Celts inhabited a large area from the British Isles in the west to Turkey in the east. In short, such civilizations covered much over the world. Despite this, the ancient Romans thought the Celts were savage, violent, and disorganized people. But this was only because the Romans were often at war with the Celts, so they wanted the Celts to appear to be an uncivilized people. The truth, however, was that Celtic peoples actually had the highest developed civilization. In times of peace, the Celts were great traders. The Celts made iron tools and weapons and traded them for goods such as ceramics and wine. Their iron trade was successful and the Celts became the best iron workers in the region. The Celts also traded important natural resources like wood and salt. And since slavery was important in the ancient world, they also became great slave traders. In order to easily carry the products they were trading, the Celts made excellent carts. In times of war, the Celts were very frightening. Before a battle began, the Celts first charged wildly the enemy, sometimes completely naked. But they had a reason for doing this. They wanted to scare and confuse the enemy. This is probably why the Romans thought the Celts were wild savages. But the Celts were very organized and affluent and fair. In fact, the Celts were such good warriors that hundreds of years before the Roman Empire spread out Europe, the Celts invaded and captured Rome.